This is Colin Dixon, and I'm at IBC 2014, and I'm speaking to Pete Thompson, who is Senior VP of the Mediaroom division at Ericsson. And boy, Pete, you have a lot of announcements for this show. You were running through them with me just before. Why don't you talk about the big changes to Mediaroom? And there are 4 big changes, right?
Yes, there is. So basically, we have a media room which powers the world's largest TV services. We've done a complete refresh for this year. And so there's a new UI. There is a new service we're calling Restart TV, where you can go back in time. So now the back button on your remote means something. You can scroll left on the program guide as well as going right, like you're used to. So revolutionary new experience there. We are bringing unified search into Mediaroom, which means that you can now, instead of having to search all the different catalogs within a TV service for the show you want to watch, you just search for the show and it automatically goes and pulls from all the different types of sources so that you don't have to know how to do that.
That's not just including the services like VOD and Restart and Live TV and DVR, but you can also bring in external sources, right?
Yeah, the hooks are there to be able to do that. That's going to be something that the operators are going to have to create business deals with those third-party companies. But yes, we believe that's what consumers want, and so we wanted to make sure we built the technology to allow for that.
Okay.
Okay. Also, we are going to be providing support for 4K. So we all know that that's coming, and so we wanted to make sure Mediaroom will provide that kind of support for live as well as on-demand shows. And then finally, we are announcing Mediaroom Reach, which is a new part of Mediaroom, which allows the same great Mediaroom experience on all devices. And having a seamless experience, same UI, same functionality and features on all types of screens like tablets as well as phones or whatever. Also, with that Mediaroom Reach, we're now going to be taking that service out to other markets like cable and satellite.
Oh, really? So I guess this is the sort of the old Azuki stuff, but it's all got blended in now as part of this whole package. And so you can sell this as a separate standalone thing to a cable company.
Yes, so we've been very busy this last year as becoming part of Ericsson, and we did the acquisition of Azuki. We've integrated that technology into Mediaroom, and yes, it is a standalone IP service that could go on top of anybody's broadcast TV service.
Now, you also announced something called Mediaroom First. What's that?
So I'm extremely excited about this. This is a revolutionary new type of TV platform that brings Netflix-like speed to old-fashioned traditional TV. It's blending 2 worlds that we call pay TV at web speed. And what it's providing is the ability to have all your screens integrated with a service that allows for fast UI changes, for the ability to for the operator to be able to make changes and publish out to everything immediately or to just a few customers and try different things out. So it's the idea of what consumers are used to with web apps on phones or tablets, but now providing it at the same time to your set-top box and your big screen TV. And that is going to be extremely revolutionary. It's bringing 2 worlds together, and we're excited to see what operators do with it.
So I can do, if I'm an operator, I could do something like, well, this week we've got the Olympics, so I can add Olympics tabs, as it were, to my interface. Is that the sort of thing we can do?
Absolutely. I think we're used to seeing more, production kind of networks being able to produce and program their content. What we're providing now, the tool sets for operators to do, is that exact same thing. So yes, if they wanted to try one promotional bundle for a small audience and see what the attach rate is, or do some Friday night special, they can now do that and then iterate and learn very quickly. And that's sort of what I think a lot of people are now used to with Netflix for on-demand shows. You turn on your Netflix app and you see different sort of recommendations for you almost on a weekly or monthly basis. Operators can now do that real time. And do that with live TV. And that's been the big gap between live TV and on-demand that we're now closing.
So that's a big change for operators. That up until now, they've really thought about their user interface as something that's pretty static. So they decide that in advance, and it doesn't really change very much. Now what you're saying is they can produce it almost like a show itself, right?
Yeah, this is going to be like a brave new world and I think it's going to mean the ecosystem is going to have to create new muscle and new skill sets to be able to figure out how to use these tool sets, but they exist, and I think over time we'll see more and more really creative stuff come out of this.
So you're not just leaving them with a complicated set of APIs to do this. You say you've got this new thing called the Experience Creation Framework that allows them to easily make changes. What's that?
Yeah, so one of the things that's always been tough with traditional TV platforms is the user experience. What you see and what the consumer sees is intricately tied with all the back-end server software. And so whenever you want to make a change, you really have to test the entire thing end to end. And so what we've done, much like a web app that you see change all the time, like Facebook or something, we are now able to do that for your TV. And so what we've done, though, is basically componentize the whole UI into what we call Lego blocks, and it allows the operator through a portal to be able to make changes on the fly. And again, they can test and learn. They can do it for one person or into a zip code or to a region. They can see how it works, what works, what doesn't, and then they can roll it out however they want to. That's revolutionary for these guys. And again, it's going to be a fun tool, but it's going to be something they're going to have to learn how to use and learn how to master.
So this is great stuff. It sounds like Mediaroom has found a very good home at Ericsson.
Yeah, it's exciting. I mean, I think Ericsson, this is what they do. This is their customer, are the operators and service providers, and now Mediaroom has found a way to be able to have a lot more investment and a lot more growth, and we've been able to provide two platforms. One is the current model, one is the future, and we've blended those two for our customers, and we're excited to see where this goes.
It's great stuff. Well, have a great show, Pete.
Thank you, Colin. Appreciate you coming by.
This has been Colin Dixon with nScreen Media.